there and welcome back, or shall I say happy anniversary. To think the graveyard has reached over 300 of you. To say thank you does not simply cut it. I am so ever grateful, and this reaching 300 of you made me realise that you and I, we don't know each other all that well, so it prompted me to create this. I thought I'd share with you 50 random facts about myself, and in return please share 5 random facts about yourself in the comments. That way we can really get to know one another. So without further ado, let's continue on with the episode, shall we? Starting off with fact number 1, I am the Grave Raider, the one and only. I own a collection of skulls and have been doing so for many years. I can easily say I own over 100, though it has been a very long time since I last counted. As surprised as some might be, I am exactly 5'9". Long ago I was asked to work on a horror film set, which I hesitantly did turn down. Have fun guessing what my job offer was. My star sign is Scorpio. My childhood nickname was Lara Croft because my parents truly believed I was just like her, and follow-up fact, my father did try to name me after her, but this was put to a stop. This is the very first perfume I ever wore. It is a Nay by Car Charelle. I was introduced to it by my mother, who has been wearing this since she was my age, and so growing up she would spray a little on me, especially if we were attending an event. So now, after all these years, whenever I smell it, I naturally think of hugs from my mother, or that I'm about to attend a nice event. And yes, both her and I continue to wear this fragrance to this very day. I believe all modern problems require ancient solutions. Words can never describe what a leather junkie I truly am. I wear leather in all seasons to all occasions. When I win the lottery, you better believe everything I own shall be in leather. After much research, I'm believed to have Viking ancestry by blood. Perhaps this is why I've always held a strong liking to axes. I wanted to spend my 18th birthday at Whitby for the very first visit. Unfortunately, said trip was put to a stop. Unbeknownst to me, on the day of my 18th, relatives had secretly booked a trip and had brought me back a Whitby jet necklace just in time for me to open. Since then, both my collection and admiration for Whitby has grown tremendously. I was once given the opportunity to be a club owner. I would have sold drinks, had a bouncer, and on the occasion I do ponder what would have happened if I would have said yes. I would have to say my favourite seasonal holiday would be Halloween. Perhaps it's because there are oh so many skulls stocked on the shelves. I have a scar on the left side of my face just above my eyebrow from when I was 7. It's quite faint, but if the lighting is directly above me, you can see it ever so slightly. I am left-handed turned right. I know this confuses people, so do let me explain. I am born left-handed, as is both my mother and grandfather, but my family made the decision to try and switch me over to being right-handed, as they believed it might benefit me. However, this instead caused me much trouble, but now I'm left being ambidextrous. So I tend to use my right hand to draw and write as to not get any ink on it, but my left hand I use for everything else. I withhold an equal admiration for both classical and alternative music. There is simply no comparison. As of now, I have a total of 5 piercings, 2 double low piercings and 1 helix on my right side. Half of my family never get seasick, while the other half get terribly seasick. I thankfully take after the non-seasickness, and as a matter of fact, I find the rocking sensation to be oh so very comforting. I always have the best of sleep when I'm travelling by boat or ship. Well, that is when I'm not taking care of everyone else. Somewhere in the world there is technically a baby named after me. Out of all the bags I own, I find backpacks to be the superior. A somewhat useless skill I have is I am very good at indoor skydiving. I come from a long line of adventures. My parents travelled the world, as did their parents, and so forth. So I suppose it's no surprise as to where I got my love for adventure from. I am both a trained horse rider and quad bike rider, though I sadly don't own either. My nails grow incredibly fast, so I am constantly trimming them, because if I don't, they will soon look like fake nails, just as you can see here. My shoe size is a 6. When I was little, I had a dance teacher who wanted to send me to a professional studio in London where I would have trained and performed on a stage. This was put to a stop by my parents, and if somehow said teacher is watching this, Jenny, you were so lovely to me. I am very thankful you were a part of my childhood. I always looked forward to seeing you, but was far too shy to say it. And yes, after all these years, I still practice my stretches with you in mind. I do hope you are doing very well. The number one beauty brand I swear by is Sensai. You shall always find me wearing something from their collection. Wherever I go, my cane accompanies me. It's a long story, but we're quite inseparable. I'm a very quiet person, always being told to repeat myself, and some know me as being a bit of a mute. It's nothing personal, I just simply find I don't require words to be happy. One of my favourite hobbies is art, though I tend to be quite private regarding the topic. Despite how early I wake, I am actually a night owl. I adore staying up watching the sunrise. There is no better time of the day than at night. If I don't have some sort of lippy on, I feel most naked. For a time it was quite normal to find me fast asleep in a wheelbarrow. And no, I cannot and shall not further elaborate on this. I love anything spicy and have been told I have quite a high tolerance to it. My current hair length is a little over 40 inches long. One series you will often catch me watching is Tales of the Unexpected. Bonus fact, the first episode I watched, which so happens to be the episode I always recommend to others, is called Number 8, Season 7, Episode 5. I have central heterochromia, meaning the inner part of my iris closest to my pupil is a different colour compared to the rest. It is said in Egyptian mythology that people who have this possess power. Let me know if you too have it. When my mother was pregnant with me, I would come alive at night, to say the least. This meant I would keep her up all night long. Again, I did tell you I was a night owl, and so the only thing that stopped my nighttime activity was for her to place giant headphones on her tummy with music playing. So yes, I loved music before I was born, and before you ask, I never go a single day without listening to some shape or form of music. I am a chocolate fiend and cannot get enough of it, and do not discriminate either. Dark, white, milk, mint, orange, even hot chocolate, chocolate milk, chocolate scented items, the list goes on and on. The most strange item I have in my bag today is this. I have the desire to one day own a sword. Not sure if that has anything to do with my admiration for history or how many night films I watched growing up. A random film recommendation would be Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy 2005. This right here is just something I have in my room. Other than my journal, I don't use a diary much, but instead prefer using my typewriter. I am a sleep hugger, so I can't sleep without a teddy, pillow or something or someone to hold. I love anything rose-scented, and as I always say, if I can't frolic through a garden of roses as I please, a perfume with notes of rose shall suffice. At one point, my parents considered getting me a giant African snail as a pet, and yes, I do love snails. I have a strong admiration for all things ancient, from history to mythology. I just love digging up history straight from its grave. Well, I'm not called the Grave Raider for no reason. When it comes to clothing, I don't believe there is such a thing as too many dresses. Summer dresses, winter dresses, nightwear dresses, and so on. They are a must, and I shall always find room within my wardrobe for a new one. I grew up with Buddhism, so it's no surprise if you catch the occasional statue lurking within the background or find me quoting him here and there. And there you have it. That was 50 random facts about yours truly. I did hope you did enjoy, because most of these facts are ones I have never shared with anyone before. So I'm very curious to know what you'll say, as well as I am very curious as to know what your 5 random facts are. I will be watching very closely as well. To be honest, I do it with every episode. In case you're new here, I do reply back. And yes, once again, happy anniversary. It is such a pleasure to have you all, and I can't wait for our next anniversary. And once again, I can feel myself twittering on here, so I will not take up any more of your time. So thank you for joining me, happy anniversary, and ta-ta for now.